No, my voice through the phone does not sound as good. Okay, well, I guess I could just do this and then use the phone for photo shoot and logo modeling possibilities, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you could just start a podcast. I could. You know what? Actually, so many fucking men, because they have Manfidence, right? Which is what I call blind man confidence. Okay, well, that's not the confidence of a blind man. The blind, egotistical confidence that men just seem to be born with, that has no backing, like no evidence or good reason why they should be that confident. No proof, okay? No proof of confidence, okay? Or of competence. None of that. But they do it anyway. Oh, they don't have all the qualifications for this job? I'm going to apply anyway. Oh, I'm not that educated on this topic that I'm talking about? I'm going to fucking blab away anyway. I'm going to say whatever I think about it, and I'm going to say it like it's true. Yep. That's me. That's what Manfidence does. And I know I don't want to be a man at all, and I'm not a fan, but that is the one thing I'm kind of envious of, is that just blind confidence. Just ignorant confidence. Baseless confidence. Anyway, you get the point. But that's what I wish I had. And so if a man can just pick up a microphone and be like, yep, or start speaking to a camera and be like, yep, I am the authority on this topic. Pay me lots and lots of your money so that I can have it. So that I can have it and that you can listen to me speak. Yes, pay me lots of money for me to speak on this topic that I am not even qualified to talk on. Yep. Okay, not that I want to do that, all right? I don't want to speak on a topic that I'm not qualified to speak on. But I like my voice. I like my opinions. I think what I have to say is pretty reasonable, and I'm not claiming to be the authority on anything other than myself, all right? Okay, I can claim I am the authority on McKenna's life because, hey, I'm the only one who spends 24/7 with myself. So I would say that I am qualified, all right? But maybe if I had a therapist, then they would be the authority, but I don't have a therapist, so it is me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking do it. And most podcasts are kind of consumed in clips on social media anyway nowadays. So why not a clipped up podcast type thing, huh? And if I want to post the full thing on YouTube, then I fucking will. Because, it is over. It is over. The era, okay, of the man red pill podcasts needs to come to an end. And I am their reckoning, okay? I am their reckoning, all right? A young woman in her early 20s who is full of feminine rage and who is full of feminine rage and has no fucks left to give, especially not to a man, and has decentered men completely, okay? Is full of feminine rage, has decentered men, and doesn't give a fuck anymore. And, as somebody who used to be very, 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 very introverted, I couldn't even say good morning to people. Isn't that crazy? I couldn't even say good morning to people. I was so afraid. And still nowadays in so many conversations, I'll just feel like I'm being talked at rather than to. Like, we're not having a conversation. I am listening to your own personal podcast. So you know what? Maybe we flip the tables. Is that we turn the tables? Maybe we reverse the roles. Okay. All right. And now you are subject to my singular person podcast. All right. All right, how's it feel? How's it feel? Good, because I have great things to say, okay? And I know you're entertained, and I will not apologize for talking too much ever. Okay, and I've never done that, and I will never do that, because I don't talk too much in conversation, okay? A conversation, I think, is like a tennis game. It's like a tennis match where big buck, 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 bung. That's the sound of us hitting the ball back and forth, okay? Over the net. Oh, I don't know how tennis works. Maybe ping pong would have been a better example. It's similar, isn't it? We're going back and forth and back and forth. And most conversations that I find that I have with people, I serve the ball over, whoop, and they grab it and they hold it. And they go, hey, you want this? Oh, you want, was I supposed to hit it back? Just kidding. That's not gonna happen. I'm holding on to this sucker. Ha 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 ha. Watch me with the ball. You can't have it. Na 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 boo boo. That's how it feels. And it's me being like, hey man, just serve it over, please. I want to hit the ball too. I want to hit the ball too, please. But they don't. I mean, sometimes I'll get it, and then I'll be like, okay, nice. Now we can start playing again, and I'll serve it back over, and they hold on to it again. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is not a fun game. I'm not having fun anymore. Are you having fun anymore? Because you're just holding onto a ball. We're not doing anything. We're not having a nice little volley back and forth. And that's a nice little banter, That's maybe the word I was looking for. And but when you find that person where you can kind of have that banter and bing, bing, bung, 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 and they don't, also, sometimes some people, when I have the ball and I'm about to serve it, they'll go around the net. Okay, they'll walk all the way around the net and snatch it from me and go back to their spot. That's interrupting. That's the analogy for interrupting, by the way. Oh, I throw it up in the air and I'm about to serve it, and they run over and they snatch it up midair before I can hit it. That's what it fucking feels like to be interrupted. Oh my God, I cannot stand it. But also I don't say anything because I'm too fucking nice and a bit of a people pleaser, but we're working on it. Oh, this is therapeutic. If nothing else, I feel like this will be therapeutic for me. Okay. All right. Maybe that's, I'm almost out of storage. I got to figure out that too. Oh my God. That is like the bane of my existence. Anyway, is that all for now? I keep saying that's all, but maybe it's not. I feel really good. This is really great. I actually never get to talk this long to anybody but my own phone or myself. Or my cat. My cat will let me talk this long, but he does sometimes interrupt. So, I'm not even safe talking to my own pets from being interrupted, apparently. Or to myself on long drives, I'll do this. But, and I think I'm not entirely blaming the other person. Sometimes I do feel like when I am trying to, volley back and forth, I do hit it over prematurely, a bit too quickly, when maybe I could take my time with my serve, I could hold on to it for a little bit longer before just serving it back immediately. But it's just so much easier to ask questions sometimes. I will say that, it's not entirely on the other person, but there are some who don't let you fucking talk. And you know what is a lost art nowadays is a follow-up question. Learning how to ask a good follow-up question is an amazing skill that I think everybody should have, all right? Everybody should fucking have. And I didn't realize that this was a fucking rare skill until recently, where I've started analyzing the conversations I'm having with my friends, and they don't ask any follow-up questions. I'll mention something, and they'll be like, oh, and back to me. Okay, fuck your story. Fuck your story. I don't give a shit. That's when you're not asking a follow-up question and you're interrupting somebody, that's what you're saying to them. That's what you're saying. Indirectly, you're saying, what you have to say is not as important as what I have to say. Fuck you. That's what you're saying, and it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah. A good, just a simple question. Oh, when was this? Oh, was that recently? Oh, that's crazy. How'd you feel during that moment? Okay, not like a therapist being like, how'd that make you feel? You don't have to do that, but I don't know, any extra little details you want to ask about? Or what happened after? Or even just a nice little interjection that doesn't completely take the story back to you. Be like, whoa, that's crazy. Wow, that's wild. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's nice too, where you can go, yeah, and then they can keep doing it. Rather than being like, oh, yeah. And I was thinking about blah, 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 blah. Rather than, taking it straight back to you. Again, a nice little follow-up question, or even just a question in general. You know what else I can't stand is when somebody at the end of a date or having coffee with a friend, they go, oh my God, I'm sorry, I've been talking so much. I feel like I don't know anything about you. I didn't even, I don't know about what's going on with you. That's crazy. Or I didn't get to know you at all. And I go, uh-huh. Interesting. Well, maybe if you wanted to do that, you could ask a fucking question. You could have asked me one question about myself. That's kind of crazy enough. How you find new information out about a person is you ask a question. Oh. And am I high on caffeine? I might be high on caffeine right now. Yeah, that could be partly it. Because I quit caffeine not too long ago. And then I think I had some green tea, a really large green tea. Yeah, that might be it. Also, I had one piece of chocolate and my heart started to race. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a problem. I don't think I can do much caffeine anymore. Which is a good thing, though. I feel better without being on it most of the time. But yeah, questions, guys. Ask them. They're important. And I also, I know that there are people who are more invite onlys and then volunteers, that whole thing where some people just volunteer information about themselves and they think that asking a question is prying, and the invite onlys think that just talking about themselves is selfish and people don't want to hear about it, and it's more polite to wait for somebody to ask you about it to speak on it, and about yourself, which I am more of an invite only. But I feel like that's the correct way to be. Sorry. Volunteers, maybe you should think about consent, all right? My consent of do I want to hear this, okay? Am I in a space to hear this rather than you just suddenly trauma dumping on me? That is important, okay? Oh, that felt good. I needed that. I needed to rant. All right, well, until next time. I'm going to go work off this caffeine. Play some Beat Saber or something.